Welcome to Stoic Daily Stoicism. In today's video, we're breaking down something most men never see coming. How a woman reacts when she realizes you've lost interest. Let me be real with you, this truth rattles a lot of guys. You don't actually know a woman until you stop chasing her. The minute she feels your energy shift when you stop being the one who always texts first. When you stop asking if she ate, when you stop validating her beauty like it's your job, something profound happens. She panics, but here's the twist. That panic doesn't always look like panic. It isn't dramatic like the movies. It's subtle. It's strategic. And sometimes it's vicious. See, most men think women leave because they weren't good enough. Wrong. More often, a woman pulls away because you were too available, too predictable, too eager. And here's the hidden truth. Women crave tension. They crave the uncertainty of not fully knowing where they stand with you. That little mystery. That's addictive. So what happens when you flip the script? What happens when she senses that you're no longer orbiting around her like a moon trapped in her gravity? She reacts. And that reaction can come in many forms. Jealousy, anger, sudden affection, even manipulation. But no matter what mask she wears, one thing is certain. The moment she realizes you've mentally checked out, the power dynamic flips. This video is not about games. It's not about being toxic. It's about power, self-respect, and masculine polarity. And I'm going to walk you step by step through the hidden psychological reactions women have when the guy they were once so comfortable controlling suddenly stops caring. Are you ready to see what really goes on behind her smile? Let's get into it. Point 1. She gets jealous instantly. The very first and often the most obvious reaction is jealousy. And not the cute, protective kind of jealousy you might think. No, this is raw, insecure, and panicked jealousy disguised as casual sarcasm, jokes, or even little stabs at you. Why does this happen? Simple. A woman who once felt she had emotional control over you suddenly senses that grip slipping. That invisible leash she had around your neck, it's gone. And the scariest part for her isn't that you're leaving. It's that you're not reacting anymore. That silence. That distance. That calm detachment. It's deafening to her. And the first thought that rushes through her mind is, there must be someone else. Even if there isn't. So she starts to watch you like a hawk. She'll monitor your social media. She'll notice who you follow, whose pictures you like, even whose comments you respond to. She may throw in indirect questions like, oh, is she your type? You seem different lately. Are you seeing someone? But don't get fooled. That's not curiosity. That's territorial panic. Her ego feels under attack. The man who once chased her suddenly stopped. That alone is enough to flip the competitive switch inside her. Now, here's the dangerous trap. Many men mistake this jealousy for genuine interest. They see her sudden clinginess, her attention, her possessiveness, and think, she wants me again. But jealousy doesn't always equal love. More often, it equals insecurity. It's fear of losing control disguised as desire. Example, imagine you stop texting her first. A week passes. Out of nowhere, she reacts to an old Instagram story of yours, maybe one you posted 5 days ago with a flirty emoji. That's not affection. That's a test. She's checking to see if she can still spark a reaction. Stoic lesson, when you see this, stay calm. Recognize it for what it is. Jealousy is not proof of love. It's proof that your detachment is working. Point 2. She starts blaming you for everything when jealousy doesn't pull you back in. Her next defense mechanism often kicks in. Blame. Suddenly, everything becomes your fault. You're the one who changed. You're emotionally unavailable. You gave mixed signals. You led her on. It doesn't matter if you've been consistent from day one. It doesn't matter if you've been clear about your intentions. In her head, she rewrites the story to protect her ego. And in this rewritten story, she's the wounded party and you're the villain. Why does she do this? Because it's easier for her pride to believe she was wrong than to accept the truth. that you simply stopped caring. This blame game serves two purposes: control through guilt. If she can make you feel guilty, maybe she can reel you back in. Emotional justification. By painting you as the bad guy, she gives herself permission to lash out emotionally without taking responsibility. And here's where it gets even trickier. Don't be surprised if she starts spinning this story to her friends. Suddenly, you're toxic, you're cold, you're heartless. But it's all part of the strategy to make you doubt yourself, question your actions, and maybe even come crawling back to prove her wrong. Example: you stop initiating conversations. She texts you, "Wow, ghosting me now? That's easier than being honest, huh?" Notice what happened. You didn't ghost her. You simply stopped chasing. But she reframes it to make you the villain. Stoic lesson: don't fall into this trap. Blame in this context isn't about healing. It's about manipulation. The moment you start defending yourself, you're back in her frame. A Stoic man doesn't justify or explain himself. He stays grounded in silence, 'cause he knows the truth doesn't need defending. 3. She comes hypersexual. No, here's one most men never see coming. When you lose interest, some women try to reel you back in, not with emotions, not with affection, but with sexuality. The same woman who once took hours to respond suddenly floods you with thirst traps, old compliments, or seductive texts. The woman who once seemed too busy now becomes a sudden sex goddess. Why? Simple. When attention slips away, many women turn to the weapon they know is hardest for most men to resist: sex appeal. Here's the dangerous part. Most guys fall for it. They see the revealing photos, the sudden flirtation, the unexpected you-up text, and they think, finally, she really wants me now. But let's be brutally honest. It's rarely about desire. It's about control. She doesn't necessarily want you. She wants to feel wanted by you. She doesn't crave intimacy. She craves the ego boost of knowing she still has power over your attraction. Example: maybe she posts a photo looking extra revealing with a caption like, "Felt cute. Might delete later." And you know she's aiming it right at you, because the timing is too perfect right after you pulled away. Stoic lesson: here's the truth. If you bite, she knows she still owns you. If you don't, she realizes her weapon has no effect anymore. A Stoic man sees through this. He doesn't confuse lust with love. And he doesn't confuse validation with genuine affection. 4. She tries to make you jealous. So jealousy didn't work on her side. She flips the script. Now she tries to make you jealous. Suddenly she's hanging around male friends she never mentioned before. She's posting group photos with captions like, "Good vibes only." She's tagging herself at parties, dinners, or events, making it crystal clear she's not alone. But here's the key. She's not doing this for herself. She's doing it for you. She's waiting for a reaction, a comment, a question, anything that shows she still has emotional influence over you. This is the oldest trick in the book. And unfortunately, it works on men who are only pretending to be detached. Example: you open Instagram. There she is, smiling with another guy, tagged at some fancy dinner. Your stomach tightens. You want to message her? You want to ask, "Who's that guy?" That's the trap. The moment you do, you've failed the test. Stoic lesson: understand this. Jealousy is a mirror. When she tries to make you jealous, she's exposing her own fear of being replaced. That's not strength, it's desperation disguised as confidence. A truly Stoic man doesn't chase, doesn't compete, and doesn't react to cheap attention games. You don't win by reacting. You win by staying calm, focused, and unmoved.